introduce a new little segment I would like to call Magic, a Perspective. Magic looks different for all of us. I think so anyway. And each little moment, each step, each walk, each laugh, each blissful moment, magic is all around. With that being said, today I would like to talk to Willow, a very special guest and the most magical person I know. Talk about what magic looks like in the eyes of a child. What's your name?
Willow Jade,
How old are you?
9 years old.
For my first question, let's talk about what magic means to you. How do you perceive magic for yourself?
Well, I think magic is, in my eyes, is that like when animals come to me and that they don't run away, they just keep coming closer to the point where they're next to me. One time I was outside and that actually happened to me, but instead it was a bird. So then I looked at it and then it looked at me, but it didn't run away. And my other version of magic is what I think is like moments in the sky to where it looks beautiful and looks magical, and it has a lot of stars and shooting stars in it. That's what I think magic is.
I love that.
And magic comes in all different forms.
In your own words, can you describe magic?
In my own words, I describe magic as a little ball of light with stars around it and creative things around it, like shooting stars going around it and colorful aromas, or however you call it,
Auras?
on it. Yeah.
Cool.
So that's what I think it is.
That's awesome. So, if you could only do one spell in the entire world, what do you think it would be? Like, what would you do if you could only do one magical thing?
Can it be multiple things?
Only one.
I would make it to where only good people exist and not bad people.
Why is that?
Because the world can become a better place, and that people aren't money hungry and just taking money from other people, and that robbers won't be there, like thieves.
Okay. Well, if you had all the power in the world, what do you think you would use it on first?
I would use it on that all kids get a good parent and they would have a home.
Aw. Well, that was emotional. Do you use magic in your everyday life?
Well, no, not really.
No. What about when you go outside and you play outside, or when you play in your games? What does that feel like in terms of little blissful moments that you find magic? Is there anything that you can remember when you're just doing anything at all that felt really magical?
Well, remember that day when there was a bird in the house and we helped get it out? That was one of them.
That reminds me of the time that I actually brought a bird home. I brought a bird
bat?
home. No. Well, I did bring a bat home, too. They were both injured. Sadly, the bat did not survive. He had a broken wing.
He was so cute.
But the bird did. It was a cat bird, and it was really pretty.
Yeah, I don't think I. Oh, wait, yeah, I do remember that. It was really pretty. I'm so happy that it survived.
How do you feel about witchcraft?
I think that anyone can do it and that I believe in it, but I don't really do it. But I'm okay if they do it because I will always support whoever supports what or whoever does what.
What about me? How does it make you feel, me being your mom, that I do witchcraft?
I think it's fine. I'm just happy that you can do it with me, and knowing that I will respect you.
What do you believe in? What little magical moments that make you believe magic is real?
Like when someone has a very low chance of surviving, but then they survive anyway.
Like a miracle?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Has anything weird ever happened to you that made you feel like, wow, this is really magic? Or have you ever wished for something and it came true and you couldn't explain it?
Yeah, actually. Like one time there was fireworks and we were all driving around the neighborhood and stuff, and then so much fireworks set up, and but then Mama didn't get to see it, right? So then I wished for it to come true, that she could see it, and then right after I was done, um, it came true. She saw so much light, fireworks and stuff. It was pretty.
That is pretty. If you could do any magic in the world, if you had power with the snap of a finger, what is something for yourself that you would do first?
For myself, I would like.
I know it's a loaded question, huh?
Yeah, I don't actually know. Wait, I would wish for that I could be friends with every animal in the world and they wouldn't attack me, and I could get closer with petting them and I wouldn't get sick or anything and they wouldn't bite me or anything.
Would you talk to animals if you could?
Yeah, I also would.
What do you think you would say? What do you think the animal would say to you?
Give me some food. Because that's what most animals come up to me for.
And do you think that if you had the power, you could feed all the hungry animals in the world?
Yeah. But at the same time, I would also want to help them if they're injured. But I could do that another time and just help all the hungry animals first.
That's cool. So I feel like that could be interpreted as healing powers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be really awesome. What animal do you most want to talk to?
I would say like crows.
Cool, I love crows. Why do you want to talk to crows?
Because they're really beautiful, but I don't think they could understand me while I say it. So I would want to say to them that they are very beautiful.
Did you know actually crows can talk? You can teach them to talk.
Yeah, I didn't know that, but at first I thought you meant that they can talk out of the ordinary.
Just a crow comes up to the window and says, "Hey, Willow."
Yeah.
What would you do?
I would say hello, cuz I would think that someone was in my room and I was just looking at the crow.
That's actually very cool that you would say a crow because crows are messengers in the spiritual world. They always bring
I
messages.
know, that's what I believe too.
Yeah. Anything else you would like to add to that?
Actually, no.
Well, I think you're very cool and very magical. Did you know each day you can do something, even if you don't do witchcraft, you can do something magical each day to keep magic flowing in your life? What are some things that you could do each day?
I could help animals one by one get healthy and give them a home.
Yeah, that's cool. What about for yourself? Maybe something that you do with your hair or your outfit or affirmations in the mirror. Anything really.
I would I would make my hair like long and braided, like small braids, like box braids.
That's cool. Okay. What what do you think your biggest wish is? What is something that you wish for most?
To go to a Chaperone concert.
That's valid. Chaperone, if you see this, she really wants you to come to Ohio so she can go to a concert.
Yeah.
Do you think Chaperone is magical?
Yeah.
Why?
Because she brings joy to a lot of people, and I just really love her, and that she makes me really happy
I love
when I'm
Chaperone
sad.
too. What do you think you would do at a concert of Chaperone?
I would probably die of happiness.
Me too. I'm not even gonna lie. I
I
think
know.
that's a good wish. Sometimes magic doesn't have to be elaborate or even witchy if you're not a witch. Sometimes magic really is just the simple things. Things that bring us happiness, joy, magical moments. Little Miss Willow also has a YouTube channel that she's been working on for a long time. She does Roblox. What else do you do?
Minecraft and a lot of other games.
Okay, well, let's talk about that.
And so, if you're wondering what my YouTube channel is called, it's called Willow MC. Or if it doesn't show up, it probably won't because I don't really have any videos. But it could also be Willow MC. Willow underscore MC 11. So I don't really have any videos on it yet because I'm recording videos and editing them just to be ready. So if you ever see some of my videos, I just want to say that I hope you enjoy them and that you don't have to like or subscribe or comment actually. I just want you to enjoy them and have a good experience watching them. I just want to bring joy to people who watch my channel when I post, and I just want to say to all my past supporters on my old channel, thank you so much for supporting me.
Do you believe in fairies?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think a fairy does for her daily job?
I think that she goes on a walk and on a fly to stretch her wings, and or her, or they. Um, I think they go on a lot to stretch their wings and then fly a little bit. Maybe the tooth fairy is their queen, and that some of them have jobs, like different jobs to collect teeth, to make wishes come true, and to direct dreams.
That's interesting.
And and if you and I think if they go out to the real world, um, like in front of people and stuff, they appear as those dandelion things, like
Yeah.
the fluffy one.
Yeah. Are you secretly a fairy?
No.
That was suspicious.
Well, fairies don't say they are fairies.
Hmm. Inside scoop from a fairy. When you think of a magical forest, just imagine like a magical dark lit forest. What comes to mind? Like what do you think you would see?
I think, like, I don't think, um, I believe, like, I believe that there would be lights, butterflies that are flying around, and that the trees are also light up, and all the fairies have wings that are lighted up, and that their dresses and clothes are made out of grass, wings, and other stuff, and that there would be custom made lights made by them of like I don't know what they would be made out of that would actually lighting crystals all around and hanging on the trees.
Really pretty thing to live in.
Kind of like that, but the instead the they are vines with grass and other stuff holding on to the crystals just like that.
That's cool. So you believe in fairies. Do you believe they're human-like or do you believe they're tiny microscopic?
I believe that they are both and come in different forms.
I believe that too. I feel like they're much more common than people realize. Like when you go to a park and you see fairy rings or
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And I believe that some of them take the forms of butterflies and flowers
Hmm. That's interesting.
and light.
What do you mean flowers? What kind of flowers come to mind when you say that?
Roses, because some of them in my mind would have rose petals as dresses, and dandelions I mean, like fluffy dandelions after they're yellow, and yeah. And also as butterflies, as I told you.
I like butterflies. I
Yeah.
like monarch butterflies.
Me too, they're so pretty. And they would also come in form as moths.
Mhm.
And the ones that are moths are the lost ones after a long time of not being home or near any flowers.
That's
And going
really
to
pretty.
light, they think it's where they live.
Oh my goodness. So be kind to moths
Mm-hmm.
because maybe they're just lost.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're just trying to find light too. Just like trying to find little magic in every day. That's really pretty. But I like moths. I like there's a bunch of beautiful moths like the lunar moth.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that is? The really pretty green one? I feel like
Yeah.
if when I think of fairy, I think of a Luna moth. So, are you a fairy?
No,
Would you tell me if you were a fairy?
I would tell you if I'm a fairy.
What if I was a fairy?
I would probably know.
My name is Faye. Well, it has been very magical interviewing you today, Willow.
Yes.
Thank you for your perspective. I really hope that next time we can find out if you're a fairy.
I'm not a fairy.